What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Lil Daryl. On this video, we're gonna go over how to run numbers. All right. So I use a calculator to run my numbers. Running numbers to me is the most important part of wholesaling real estate. You want to know how to calculate offer price to these sellers. So this is what I use. I use a calculator to run my numbers. All right. So for this example, we're gonna use this property address, 1329 Witten Court in Greenville, North Carolina. All right. So to run numbers, we're going to use three different websites. All right, we're going to use Zillow.com, Realtor.com, and Redfin. All right, we're also going to use PropStream. If you guys do not have PropStream, please take advantage of the link down below for a 7-day free trial. Okay, now right here, as you guys can see, I have Redfin up. We're going to look right here for the estimated value of the property. So right here, this property is estimated to be 345,174. So we're gonna go to our calculator and put that in 345,174. All right. So we have our first retail value analysis. What we're also gonna do is we're also gonna go to Zillow. Zillow has this estimated 334,600. 334,600. All right. And then we're gonna use PropStream. Let's see what PropStream has it at. PropStream has the estimated value at 322,000. All right. So now that we have all of those numbers, all right, we have our retail value analysis. So the ARV for this property is $333,924. All right. So this right here, as you can see, based on these three numbers, it gives us an average value of 333,924. So next, we're gonna have fees on our deal. So we're gonna put in our fees. So we're gonna put 5% for agent fee. This could also be less. So depending if you're paying on the listing side as well, it would be usually, let's say 2% to the listing agent, 3% to the buyer's agent, that would equal 5%. But this could be less. Let's just say you're flat fee listing it and you're only paying 2% to a buyer's agent, then you could put 2%. All right, so inspection fee is gonna be 600. Appraisal fee, we're gonna put 600. And then title fee, we're gonna put 1.5, so 1.5%. Title fees usually are 1% or 1.5%. So now that we have our fees in the deal, we're gonna scroll down, and now it's gonna give us our numbers, all right, of what we need to be at. So as you can see right here, our maximum allowable offer is $268,813. So that is what we would want to offer our seller if we are going to list the property, okay? So if we're going to list the property on the market and we're gonna novate it and do novations, or if we're gonna do the retail buyer program, we're gonna wanna offer this homeowner $268, all right? Now, let's say you want to wholesale it, okay, and you don't want to list this property. You're going to want to use that top number, all right, which is $233,747. So you're going to use that top number and you're going to subtract it from whatever you want your assignment fee to be. So let's say you want to make $15,000 on every assignment. You're going to take that number and subtract it by 15,000, all right? So that gives us 218,747, all right? So if you're going to wholesale it, this is what you would have to offer the seller so you can make a $15,000 assignment, because you could assign it for $233, right? So that's how you would run numbers. Now, if you're going to list it, as you can see, we can offer our client way more for their property. We can offer them $268, okay? So that's why I love listing my properties and I love doing novations, because I could always offer more and I could outshine all the wholesalers that are lowballing the client, While everyone's calling that seller, offering him or her 218, I'm over there offering them 268. So who do you think they're gonna go with? And as you can see right here, I could list the property for $300,000. So if I'm going to list it, it already tells me what I need to list the property for. All right. Now, as you can see, wholesale, usually, investors want to buy at 70% of the ARV. So it already has our wholesale filter set up, to make sure our numbers are right. Now, mind you, for this example, we didn't put any repairs. So we're just going to assume this property was turnkey. But of course, most properties, are going to need some sort of repairs. So let's just say, for example, this property needed $10,000 worth of repairs. You would input that right here at the top, and then you would scroll down a little bit, and then also input it right here at the bottom for wholesale repairs. So as you can see, this changes the numbers. So if it needed repairs of $10,000, we would need to lock it up at $258 if we're going to put it on the market, and if we're going to wholesale it, we would need to be $15,000 less than $223. All right, so that's what you would do if you're running numbers. Let's do this math real quick. So if you're going to wholesale it, you would have to offer the seller $208. All right, so regardless, like I said, I like doing novations, especially if the property is turnkey and it doesn't need a lot of work. If it needs under $5,000 worth of repairs, then I always go the novations route and I offer them higher and do the RPB strategy, and I list it. And I would list this property for $300,000. So that's what I would do. So this is how I run numbers. This is the calculator I use. If you want access to the calculator, please, hit my DM or tap in with me. And let's see how to calculate commissions. I love this calculator because it actually shows commissions. So let's say I actually, send out an offer to the seller, and I'm like, hey, Mr. John Doe, we can actually offer you $258 for your property. And he was like, you know what, $258? That's higher than what everyone else has been saying. Send me the contract. All right, so let's say seller actually accepts our offer at $258, and that's the seller asking price. All right, you would see that what we would make on the deal is $20,000. So it would make $20,813 if we lock it up at $258, list it for $300,000, and it sells at $300,000. Let's just say we don't, sell it at $300,000, but we get an offer for $295. We will make $15,000. All right, so I like the calculator because it actually shows me how much I'm gonna make on the deal. So this is really good right here. It helps me run numbers in like five minutes. I can hurry up and get an offer out to the seller, lock the deal up, get it on the contract, and start doing volume. So this is the calculator that I use to run all my numbers. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Tap in with me. I'll see y'all on the next video.